Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Danish, and today me and my groupmates will be presenting about Broca'S and Wernicke'S aphasia. And I'll be focusing on the definitions, symptoms and sign, and the comparison between both of the aphasia. And first, let's move on to the definition. First one, Broca'S aphasia. Broca'S aphasia is a type of non-fluent aphasia, which means speech production is slow and effortful. It happens when there's a damage in the Broca'S area located in the left frontal lobe of the brain. People with Broca'S aphasia can understand language quite well, but they have great difficulty speaking fluently or forming a complete sentences. So even though they know what they want to say, but their words come out in short and broken phrases. And then let's move on to the Wernicke'S aphasia, which is the opposite type of the Broca'S aphasia. It's a fluent aphasia. This one is caused by the damage in the Wernicke'S area located at the left temporal lobe. This aphasia, the person can speak easily and fluently, but their speech often lacks meaning, or most of the time doesn't even make sense. In other words, they might speak in long sentences that sounds grammatically correct but are full of wrong or made up words. The main problem lies in the language comprehension and the word meaning. Remember that. Okay, next we move on to the symptoms and sign for both aphasia. First one, we look at the Broca'S aphasia. Under speech production, their speech is halting, effortful. They often speak in short, broken phrases known as telegraphic speech and may leave out some small words like is or the. This condition is called agrammatism. Their comprehension is mostly preserved, but they may struggle in long or complex sentences. When it comes to repetition, they find it difficult to repeat words or sentences. Their writings usually mirror their speech. It's slow, effortful, and contains a lot of grammar errors. Most importantly, they are aware of their difficulties, which often leads to frustration because they know exactly what they want to say, but they cannot express it smoothly to make people understand. And then we move on to the symptoms and signs for Wernicke'S aphasia. Wernicke'S aphasia, their speech production is fluent, but like I said before, it's mostly meaningless. They speak with normal rhythm, grammar, intonation, but often use made up words or even wrong words. Their comprehension is severely impaired. They have great difficulty understanding both spoken and written languages. Their repetition ability is also poor. They cannot accurately repeat words or phrases. Their writing is similar to their speech, fluent, but like I said, mostly meaningless, nonsensical. And unlike Broca'S patient, they are usually unaware of their language problems, so they may seem confused when others don't understand them. And then settles the symptoms and signs, we move on to the comparison between both aphasia. So, for speech production, Broca'S is slow and effortful with short sentences, and that makes sense but are limited, of course. And then we move on to Wernicke'S is fluent and smooth, but the speech is meaningless or confusing. For comprehension, Broca'S patients understand quite well, except for complex sentences. Wernicke'S patients struggles to understand language overall. For repetition, both have difficulties, but Wernicke'S patients usually cannot repeat words or phrases correctly at all. For writing, Broca'S writing is like their speech, slow and mostly contains a lot of grammar errors, and meanwhile Wernicke'S writing is fluent but meaningless, like I said, nonsensical. For awareness, Broca'S patients are aware and led to frustration, and then Wernicke'S patients are unaware of their problems and may seem confused by others' reactions, why others don't understand them. And that's all for the comparison. So the conclusion is both Broca'S and Wernicke'S aphasia are language disorders caused by brain damage, but they affect different parts of the brain and different aspects of the language. Broca'S affects the speech production, while Wernicke'S affects the language comprehension. Understanding these differences between the two helps us appreciate the complexity of the human brain and how crucial language areas are for communication. So thank you for listening. That's all from me.